Game of the day today is Resident Evil 4 Remake. This is actually only the second time I've ever played through Resident Evil 4. I didn't play it right when it came out, but I played it maybe around 2008. I had such a good time with it, and I could respect how much it revolutionized the third-person shooter. And that being my only memory of it, playing it that long ago and only once, I had this idea of how perfect Resident Evil 4 was. And so when the remake was announced, I was really skeptical. I didn't necessarily think that we needed a remake. But now that I've played the remake, I absolutely do think that this was needed, because the level of polish and advancements that we've had in how smooth third-person shooters feel to play now is exponential. And Resident Evil 4 feels so good to play. It is one of the smoothest, best playing games I've ever experienced. And everything that is great about the original is intact here. And while I wish they had kept some of the over-top crazy stuff that they cut from the original to the remake, I definitely understand the choices, and I'm not upset about any of them. It feels like it has its own identity that's more in line with the modern Resident Evil games. The game is definitely mostly just an action game, but it does do a good job of making resources just valuable enough where I still have to think about what I was crafting or how I was using things, but it never became a point of frustration. I always felt powerful, which I think is important for Resident Evil 4. It was definitely a massive shift for the franchise, and even with the remakes of 2 and 3, 4 still feels like a completely different franchise. It feels very, very different. The game is satisfyingly long, but it doesn't overstay its welcome, and now with the added Mercenaries mode, I have a reason to go back to the game without having to replay it, which I really, really enjoy, because I don't want to stop playing Resident Evil 4, but I definitely didn't feel like doing another playthrough after I finished my first one. Ashley is still frustrating, but the fact that she doesn't have her own health bar, so you don't have to waste healing items on her, definitely makes her less frustrating. All of the weapons feel great to use, and haptics in that first shotgun that you get makes it the best feeling shotgun I've ever used in a video game. The pump, the trigger pull, all of it is so viscerally tactile. Unless you have a DualSense controller in your hand, I can't even accurately describe it. Each of the 3 main areas in the game feel distinctly different, but equally as satisfying to go through, and I'm honestly not sure which one's my favorite. All of the puzzles are brand new from the original, which is cool, because some of the puzzles in the original were kind of frustrating, and I love all the puzzles in this one. Specifically talking about the Ashley tile puzzle, yes. I thought the ending boss fight could have been a little bit stronger. Overall, though, it's hard to come up with any other complaints about the game, and I can't wait for the Separate Ways DLC that will inevitably be announced probably soon.